Hey everyone, today we're going to go over the iSight 3 RGB and the iSight 3 bicolor. When you open up your iSight 3 for the first time, it's going to have the end cap attached to it. So to attach our battery, we're going to go ahead and remove that. So go ahead, there's a tab right here. We're going to go ahead and pull that up and then just rotate to take that off. Once that's been taken off, we're ready to attach our battery handle. On each piece, there is a identifier. On the iSight 3, there's an arrow, and on the handle, there's a lock and unlock icon. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up the unlock icon with the arrow. Once that's lined up, then we'll rotate it to the lock position. Once we do that, we'll flip on our iSight 3, and it turns on. There are two USB-C ports on the iSight 3. You have one USB-C port on the battery grip. There's also a USB-C port on the LED section of the light. For the USB-C on the battery grip, this is used for charging the battery up when not in use, and also if you want to trickle charge your iSight 3 while using it. Additionally, you can run a USB-C cord from the battery grip to the LED portion of the iSight 3 if you would desire. If you purchase an AC-only kit, you'll power your iSight 3 on by the USB-C port on the LED portion of the light. You can do this with a wall plug or an external battery. There are several mounting options available on the iSight 3. The first is the nano rail, so any nano rail accessories can mount directly onto that. Next is your quarter 20. There are several quarter 20s on the iSight 3. There are two here, and then one on each end of the iSight 3. Additionally, the end cap has a quarter 20 on it if you're running it without battery. And lastly, there are two 3/8 anti-twist mounting options. Let's go ahead and attach our barn doors. So a couple things on the barn doors. When you first pull them out, you're going to notice there's two sides. We have a side that has the Westcott logo and then a side that's blank. The side that has the Westcott logo is the back. Now, to ensure you have the proper orientation, you'll also look for the little arrows. Those should be pointing down and the extended tip should be at the top. So let's go ahead and attach that. So when we do that, if you look here on the top of the iSight 3, there's a tab. I'm just going to pull that over to the side. We'll slide our barn door into the track. Once you have it slid in partially, grab it from the top and just slide it straight down. Release the tab once it's fully seated and do the same thing from the other side. To remove the barn doors, we're going to do the same thing, but just in reverse order. So we're going to go ahead and pull the tab back. Once we have that tab pulled back, we're going to grab the barn door from the bottom and slide it directly up and out. Let's go ahead and dive into the user interface and how to navigate the menu. So let's go over the main menu options. So at the top, you have bicolor, HSI, RGB, FX bicolor, FX color, presets, and settings. All right, let's go ahead and adjust bicolor settings. So if I want to select bicolor mode, I'll go ahead and select bicolor and press the center button, go into that mode. Now, from here, I have two different options. My arrows adjust the Kelvin temperature. My plus and minus buttons adjust the intensity. If I want to enable FX, I will double tap the center button to turn on FX. While the FX is blinking, I can go ahead and adjust both the FX and the frequency. Once the FX icon and frequency icon stop blinking, it means you've made your selection. If you want to change your selection, you can always press once on the center button to toggle through the options. So here I can go through. My up and down arrow will adjust the FX. My plus and minus will change the frequency, which is the speed of the FX. Once I have the option I want, you can either let it time out or press the center button to lock it in. Let's return to the main menu. To return to the main menu, you will press and hold the center button for 1.5 seconds. Once you're back in the main menu, you can select a different mode. Let's go over HSI mode. Highlight HSI mode, press the center button to select. In this, you have, again, the same functionality. We can change the hue or the intensity. So if I want to change the hue, I will press the up and down arrows to change the hue. And my intensity will change by pressing the plus and minus arrows. With HSI mode, I can also change my saturation. If I want to change my saturation, all I have to do is press the center button once to go to my saturation. And from there, same thing. I can use my up and down arrows to change the saturation. Again, my plus and minus will still always adjust my intensity. If I want to enable FX in HSI mode, again, a quick double click, that will enable the FX. Again, I can use my up and down arrows to adjust what kind of FX I'm enabling, and I can use my plus and minus to change the frequency. If I want to lock it in, I can either let it time out or I can press the center button to lock in my option. To disable the FX, double click again and that will return you to HSI mode. Next is RGB mode. Highlight RGB mode, press the center button to select. When you're in RGB mode, the intensity is always set at 100%. What we can change though is the red, green, and blue. So while I'm in red, I can use the up and down arrow to adjust, or I can use the plus or minus button to adjust. If I want to go to the green channel, I just press the center button once, and now I can adjust my green by using either the up and down arrows or the plus and minus. And lastly, if I want to adjust my blue channel, I will press the center button once to enable the blue, and then again, I'll use the up and down arrows or the plus and minus buttons to adjust. Pressing the center button from here will return me back to the red channel. And just like HSI mode, if I want to enable color FX from the RGB mode, I will double press, and it's exactly the same functionality there. Let's go over FX by color. Now, FX by color is the exact same thing as the bicolor mode. When you go into this mode, the FX are automatically enabled. If you want to change the FX, just like everything else, press once to adjust the FX mode and frequency by using the up and down arrows for the FX and the plus and minus for the frequency. Again, in this mode also, if you want to turn off the FX, you can double click the center button and that will put you just in regular bicolor mode. To return the main menu, we'll press and hold for 1.5 seconds. If we select FX color, that essentially takes us into the FX color presets. So while you're in here, you can adjust the intensity using the plus and minus buttons. And again, it'll automatically enable an FX. So if we want to change this FX, we will just press the center button once. And there, using the up and down arrows, we can toggle through the different FX options. Using the plus and minus buttons, we can adjust the frequency. Again, we can let it time out or press the center button to lock in our option. Okay, to return to the main menu, press and hold the center button for 1.5 seconds. All right, let's go into our settings menu. There are several different options in the settings menu, so let's start from the top. First is blackout mode. Blackout mode turns off the display during light painting to eliminate unwanted ambient light. You will press the center button to reactivate the display. To toggle this on and off, you'll use the plus and minus sign to toggle it on and off. Once you have selected it on, press the center button to enact it. To reactivate the screen, press the center button. Next is standby mode. Standby mode conserves battery by powering off the light while keeping the display active. Return normal operation by pressing any button or using the mobile app. Again, to enable, use the plus and minus sign. Once you have on selected, press the center button to enact it. Next is Bluetooth. You will enable this for wireless control via the Westcott Studio Link mobile app. There are 3 options in Bluetooth mode. There is on, off, and reset. When linking up your mobile app for the first time, hit the reset button and press the center button to enact. Once you have reset it, this will allow it to be paired with the Westcott Studio Link mobile app. Next is display. Easily adjust the brightness of the display using the plus and minus buttons. To enact a change, ensure that you press the center button. There are 2 ways to enter the settings menu. One is doing a long press for 3 seconds, which enables the settings menu. To get out of the settings menu, simply toggle down to the bottom of the settings menu to use the back button. Additionally, you can go into the settings menu by toggling down until the settings is highlighted and pressing the center button to enter. Open the Westcott Studio Link mobile app and tap the LED controls icon. Enable Bluetooth on the iSight 3. Long press the center button for 3 seconds to open the settings menu. Navigate to Bluetooth and turn it on. The Bluetooth symbol will appear on the screen. Select Reset in the Bluetooth settings and press the center button. The Bluetooth symbol will blink, making the iSight 3 discoverable. In the app, select Add a Light or Group, then tap Add a Light. Find your iSight 3 in the Unpaired Devices list and select it. Once connected, the app will redirect you to the My Scene menu. All right, that's it for the iSight 3. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.